Okay, I'll be replacing the screen on a Lenovo Thinkpad T440. The screen I purchased from laptopscreen.com. As you can see from putting it light behind it, the screen was not damaged in shipping. All you could see were the labels that are in the back of the screen. So the first step is to remove the batteries. There's an external battery that's straightforward to remove, and then there's the internal battery, for which you have to remove 8 screws. The screwdriver you need is a Phillips screwdriver. There's basically 3 tools that I use for this job. The magnetic Phillips screwdriver, a little plastic tool that's available on Amazon and eBay for working on cell phones and computers to open the cases, and a little set of pliers. I don't know what you call those. Just helps me when I work with small things, such as removing the internal power from the internal battery. It makes removing the connection a lot easier. Okay, now I'm gonna put the cover back on, but I'll just put the screws in only partially, since I will have to go back in later to reinstall the internal battery. When the back cover clips, and I could have clipped it, I'm not sure I did. I said this is just a very brief step, so it doesn't really matter that much. Okay, now to remove the screen, I'm going to use a little blue plastic tool that, as I said, is readily available at Amazon and eBay. Don't cost that much. As you can see, it makes it a lot easier to remove. I've seen people remove these screens by just getting their fingernails in between the 2 edges of the screen, but I find this tool far easier, and it's fairly cheap, so it's quite useful when repairing anything such as a cell phone or computer. Sometimes it's a little bit stuck, but you got to be careful not to push too hard, not damage the casing of the screen. The bottom of it will be slightly glued to the bottom of the screen, so just slowly remove it. And there you go. Now there's 4 screws keeping the screen attached. Here's where having a magnetic screwdriver helps, because these are very small screws. One could use a fridge magnet to put the screws in on top of, so that way you don't risk losing the screws. I did not do that, but it's a valuable step to take. To remove the screen, first you got to remove the latch that keeps the connector attached. Again, that little tool set of quasi pliers is very helpful. And then remove the connection. It's not too tight, so it's not too difficult to get off. Just like being careful, because we're talking about very small connectors, very small pins. Now, you look at the screen, you can see how it's damaged. Now, this is the new screen again. no damage to it. I attach that. Make sure that it fits properly. Now to get the connector attached. You gotta be a little patient for this. Sometimes I've seen people connect this extremely easily. I had a little bit of trouble. I found that it was best when I turned the screen towards me, and then I was facing the connector. Then I was able to get in quite easily. And after that, I put in the latch that secures the connection. Now it's time to put the screws back on. Sometimes people will attach the power supply to the computer right after this point to test the screen. I rather not, just because I just feel more comfortable with things are covered. Oh, and yes, this is my helpful cat. Makes sure everything is properly done. Now putting on the case, the screen casing, all it is clipping it all back together. It's not too difficult. Make sure that you slide your thumb in the bottom so the glue can connect again in the bottom. And now remove the 8 screws again, because we have to reattach the internal battery. There you go. Now we pass the wire behind that as it was originally. Put the back case back on. Since I was kept it upside down, the screws never came off. So now you clip it back on and attach the 8 screws. I like to go in opposite directions each time to make sure that not one side is not off in an angle. So it keeps everything even. Basically the same way as one attaches a wheel. Okay, let's turn the battery. And now let's check if it turns on. Yep, and the screen is perfect. You see the Windows sign? There we go. All is good.